Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I decided to do a summery peachy look. So if you girls want to know how to get this look, then go ahead and just keep on watching.
Okay beauties, so to prep the skin, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Cucumber 3-in-1 Primer Water. I really love this stuff to prep the skin. And I'm going to take the L'Oreal Hydra-Renewal Face Cream. I love this as a face base, as a primer. I typically just use this as a primer all the time. I'm going to be also taking the Maybelline 24-Hour Superstay Foundation. I've been loving this foundation. I just picked it up last week and it's been a game changer. I've been really enjoying this foundation. So if you're looking for a really good, long-lasting foundation, I really recommend this one. I am a big fan of the L'Oreal foundations, but honestly, I feel like this one has been a better match for my skin tone. It's like a lot more yellow and it lasts all day and I love the finish. I actually tried it with the beauty blender today and I think I prefer it with the beauty blender. So I'm just going to take the beauty blender and just blend out any streaks that I have from the brush. I'm also going to be taking the L'Oreal concealer. It's the Fullwear concealer in the shade Latte 375. I'm just going to be canceling out the darkness of my eyes and evening out my under eyes with the foundation. I'm taking a Wet n Wild Beauty Blender sponge. I'm just going to be blending that in. I'm all about skin, so I love to blend when it comes to the foundation, the concealer. I'm just a perfectionist when it comes to that. So I'm going to also take the e.l.f. concealer. I really love this concealer. I got it in the shade Medium Sand. And this one, I use it to highlight. It's really full coverage, long lasting, and I don't know, I just really have been enjoying this concealer as well. So I'm just going to be taking the beauty sponge and just blending it all out. I'm just going to be using the highlight shade on the under eye area. I'm not going to put that one on the eyelid because I really want to focus the brightness just on the under eye, the bridge of the nose, you know, just the high points of my face. And like I said, I'm just going to be taking my time when it comes to blending. I don't like any streaky areas or blotchiness because when you set it, it's really going to show. I'm now going to be taking the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Powder Foundation. I really have been enjoying this as well. I just use it to set a little bit before I go ahead and bake. And I'm just going to be using that underneath the eye area and the eyelids. I just like how smooth it leaves the under eye. And I'm going to be taking the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the shade Fair Clair and mixing it with light medium. And I'm just going to be setting the under eye, well basically baking a little bit on the under eye and setting the rest of the face. So what I like to do is just get a brush and blend all of the excess powder that I put around the face. And then I leave the under eye to bake while I do my eyeshadow and everything else like bronzer and blush and all that. So I'm going to be taking the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. And I use the shade bronzer because there's different shades. So I just use the shade bronzer. I really love this one. It gives like a really natural bronze. And I'm going to be using the Morphe E4 brush. I love that one for bronzer. And I forgot to mention, I used the Morphe 439 brush for foundation. That's a really good foundation brush as well. Taking it under the neck, under the chin area, I mean. And I'm going to be taking the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Dark Golden just to deepen up the contour. I like to cup around the cheekbones as well with the bronzer. And then I went in with the Milani blush in the shade Coralina. It's more of a corally shade. Now I'm going to be taking my Morphe 35O palette, and I'm going to be taking that khaki shade as a transition and just be blending it all into the crease. Windshield wiper motions. This is actually the Sonia Kashuk number 109 brush. Not sure if they still make it. I've been using that brush forever. It's just a really nice soft brush. So now I'm going to be taking this lighter peachy orange shade, and I'm going to be focusing that on the outer V and deepening up the crease. I'm using a old Morphe brush that I have, and I'm just going to be taking my Sonia Kashuk brush again, the blending brush, and I'm just going to be blending and meshing the transition color with that orange shade together. So now I'm going to be taking that darker orange shade and a pencil brush. This is also from an old Morphe kit that I have, and deepening up the crease and focusing that on the outer corner of the eye. Then I will be taking my blending brush again and just blending it all out. So basically this is just going to be a soft eye, and I'm just going to be blending all those shades together. So now going back to those two shades, I'm going to be taking the pencil brush and just defining the lower lash line. I like to focus it from the center of the eye and bring it out and mesh it with the eyeshadow on the eyelid. And then taking another brush, and I'm just going to be blowing that lower lash line out. Now I'm just going to take a brush and dust off the under eye bakage, and then I'm going to take my butter bronzer again and just contour the nose just to kind of blend out the rest of the face with the nose. Now I'm taking my Mario Badescu Rose Water and just setting the face. And I'm going to take the e.l.f. brow gel and just set my eyebrows with the clear brow gel. I really like how natural it makes the brows look. Okay, now moving on to highlight. I'm going to be taking the Pixi times Dulce Candy highlight palette and just taking the goldish shades and highlighting the high points of my face. This palette is really good. I love the formula of the highlights and also the blush toppers, but I'm just going to be using the highlights for today. Now I'm just going to be curling my eyelashes. And for mascara, I'm using the CoverGirl Exhibitionist mascara. This has been my favorite mascara lately. I just love how full and voluminous my eyelashes look with this mascara. So sad that I feel like this day I just didn't have a good eyelash day, but these two mascaras that I'm about to show you together have been my go-to mascaras, and they're from the drugstore. Of course, coating the lower eyelashes as well. Now I'm going to be taking the CoverGirl Lash Blast Amplify Primer. This is typically supposed to be before the actual mascara, but I just like how the eyelashes look when I do this second. And so I'm going to be taking that, putting it on my eyelashes, giving it more fullness and volume. And then I'm going to be going back to the original mascara I was using and going in for another coat. I really love this concoction. I love the way my eyelashes look when I do these together. I highly recommend these mascaras, and they're drugstore mascaras. That's like so mind blowing to me that my eyelashes look so bomb and they're drugstore mascaras. Don't worry about the mascara I have on my eyelids. I'm gonna go ahead and clean that off later. I don't think I'm gonna be showing that part, but yeah, I do clean it off later. I let it dry and then I clean off the residue that I have on my eyelids. I'm going to be prepping my lips. I'm going to be taking this Rose Salve lip balm before I do the lip liner and my lipstick. I'm going to be taking this L'Oreal Color Riche lip liner, and that one is in the shade matte-stermind. So matte-stermind, get it? And I'm just going to be kind of overlining the lips a little bit. I am not a pro at lining my lips, but I think I've gotten better at it. So I'm just going to be lining the lips and filling them in a little bit. For lipstick, I'm going to be taking the Maybelline Color Sensational in the shade Coral Crush. This is more of a coral orangish lip color, and I think it really tied in the look, and I love the way it's going to match my outfit later, so that's why I went more for this coralish shade. I'm going to go back into the highlight palette, and I'm going to be taking those same two shades that I used on the high points of my face, and I'm going to be highlighting the inner corner of my eyes. And this is the final look. I really hope you girls enjoyed this summery, peachy, glowy look. And if you did, don't forget to like the video, and I'll see you all in my next video.